Ho ho, hopefully you like this movie more than we did. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody to FYC Film Review. I'm your host, Gagne. With me as always, my partner in crime, Naldo.
How's it going, everyone? What's up, buddy? What's new?
Uh, holiday shopping, some eggnog, extra turkey, all the
You,
trimmings.
you like eggnog?
I do like eggnog, actually.
Oh,
I'm not one of the people that needs to put whiskey into it. I just enjoy a little bit of eggnog, just a little bit.
okay.
You don't need
All
it
right.
a lot, but just a little.
I am not a
What?
fan of eggnog, so shout out to everybody who likes eggnog because I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Nope.
I don't blame you. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. I don't know why.
Okay, whatever.
What's your holiday go-to?
Um, um, Peppermint white mocha. That's my holiday go-to.
Beautiful.
I love
Beautiful.
it. I love it. Anyways, let's do this.
What do we got for the peppermint mocha eggnog lovers out in the world today?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we went back into the year 2000, so not too long ago, about 22 years. Gosh, 22 years ago.
That's sad.
22 years ago.
Yeah.
And we decided to do How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version, the live version of this movie. And I gotta tell you, man, this was a rough watch for me. So
Yeah, directed by the great Ron Howard. Should be on most people's holiday lists, I feel like. If you look at, if you Google top holiday films, I feel like this definitely pops up there a lot. I'm going to be honest, I hated it when it came out. Hated it. Like
yeah,
flat out said this, and this is coming from somebody who we've covered Jim Carrey before. I like Jim
yeah.
Carrey a lot. I grew
We
up
love
with
him.
him.
Yeah.
This just didn't hit with me, and maybe it was the time that it came out. I was an angsty 19-year-old at that point, and maybe it didn't connect with me in that holiday spirit. But
Yeah.
it hit, my heart has grown a few sizes, if you will, since then, and I've come around on this movie.
Okay, well, I am completely opposite because I feel like my heart has actually shrank just like the Grinch watching this. And you said it was directed by Ron Howard. And the composer was actually one of our favorites. James Horner actually did the music.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is James Horner's worst for me. Rest in peace, James
Okay.
Horner. But this was
Okay.
just bad all around. Rated PG with a runtime of an hour and 44 minutes. And those hour and 44 minutes felt like every minute of it. It was pretty bad.
It does. When you take a Dr. Seuss film and extrapolate it to make a feature film, I think you run into problems. And I think that's what the biggest factor is here, is where the holiday version, I didn't fact check the runtime, but the holiday animated version is 45 minutes, maybe.
Is it?
I don't even remember. It's super short. I mean, it's a book. It's a kid's book. It's not supposed to be an hour and 45
Yeah.
minutes. So you're right. When they have to add details and fill in with a lot of it just doesn't work.
Gosh. That's it right there. You take a classic book like this, Dr. Seuss children's book, and it's a great book. I love the book. My kids love it, and I love it. But you got to add a bunch of filler if you're going to do a 2-hour movie, and so all that filler has to really catch your attention. And I'm sorry, but all the filler in this was just bad for me. From going to how the Grinch grew up to as a baby, and by the way, the Grinch as a baby was very demonic. He seemed
Creepy.
very creepy. To this jubilation where he becomes a cheermaster, to music and songs with Cindy Lou Who singing "Christmas, where are you, Christmas?" It's like, come on, I don't need that. It was too much filler, and it just didn't work for me.
Fun fact: Taylor Munson, who plays Cindy Lou, who is actually a really good singer now. She's in like a metal band. She's top-notch performer now. So
Yeah.
not so much in the Grinch.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for her. Just fortunately for this movie, it was just, what this problem. Another problem with this movie was that everybody in Whoville, all the Who's were so obnoxious. Everybody was obnoxious. Where in the book, they lived in this town and they were all cheerful, but in this, they just seem obnoxious. And you got the Grinch, who's even more obnoxious because he hates Christmas. So there's nobody. I feel like Cindy Lou Who was kind of like the only normal person, but she
Mhm.
still came off as annoying. Sorry.
No, I get that. I mean, they're because of how the book kind of sets it out. I think the Who's are kind of that one note character. Like, there's not a lot to any of them. I do enjoy some of the actors that they got. Jeffrey Tambor as the mayor,
Yeah.
Christine Baranski as the mayor's wife, or no,
No,
or
it's like
your
love interest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but she's funny. I like the Molly Shannon, back and forth with the Christmas lights. There's little moments that I do enjoy, but and I actually like Baby Grinch. I think he's funny. Like I like the
Really?
Santa Bye Bye. Like I think it's weird in a
Oh
Jim
no,
Carrey, movie
no.
kind of way. But no, it's long. It's
It
definitely long.
it's
And it feels
really long. I will get Clint Howard, who I'm going to call out. Clint Howard is great. Who happens to be Ron Howard's brother. He just puts him in all of his movies.
yep.
He's great. I like him. But the saving grace in this for me was Jim Carrey. He plays the Grinch really well. Jim Carrey is fantastic in everything he does. Unfortunately, the movie just didn't sit well with me. Everybody around him was just too crazy for me, and he was already crazy. So everybody just came off as obnoxious, very over the top, and it was just too much. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I enjoy the more grown-up Grinch humor a little bit more now. I think that it probably goes over most kids' heads,
Yeah.
being a PG movie, but because it's Jim Carrey, I think I can kind of settle into watching his performance and appreciating him. The rest of the movie around him, you're right, is just it's a struggle bus, and unfortunately, again, the focus on Dr. Seuss's Grinch is the Grinch. It's not about the Who's. Nobody cares about the Who's. So this instead adds a second story, and there's not a lot to the Who's, and unfortunately, you have to see a lot of them.
Yeah, and that's it right there. Who is this movie catered to? Is it catered to children? Because my kids didn't really care for it, right? And I mean, it's just there's a lot going on. It's very messy and it's all over the place. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. Someone tell me that their kids like this movie, please, because I couldn't find anything good about it. It does not put me in the Christmas holiday spirit. It's not something I want to watch again. It's not. I mean, it looks nice. Look at the background. Whoville looks wonderful. The
Great
set design looks
design.
Fabulous. But the movie overall, aside from Jim Carrey, just falls flat for me.
I feel like this is probably one on the Universal tour that you read by and kind of like boo
Yes.
and just like, yell out, I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
Take it down. Yeah. I got nothing to add, man. I can't really defend it too much. It, believe it or not, is a favorite in my household.
Really?
I'm in the minority. It's not the one that
Okay.
I throw up typically for the first round of holiday films, but we have already watched it in my household. So
Wow. Okay. All right.
yeah.
All right.
And
2
it's a
weeks in a
staple
row.
every year.
Every year, huh?
Yeah.
Like we watch the cartoon version, the animated version, all the time during the holiday season. But this one is just, I don't think we'll be watching this in our household. Sorry.
Did you see the newer animated version?
I did, and that was okay too. I mean,
Same thing.
I think it's just the animation's better for me.
Sure.
Like it just seemed like it was better. I like that movie better than this not by a long shot, but I just thought it was better. I'm old school, so I'll stick with the old school cartoon version.
All right, so not at the top of our holiday list. I think we don't need to bash it so much and make everybody lose their Christmas cheer just yet. I think we'll rate it instead and then hear from everybody on why we're wrong.
I like it. Let's rate it 1 to 5. Let's go with Who's. 1 Who, really bad. 5 Who's, just a wonderful Christmas movie. I'll let you go first. This movie made me mad.
Yeah, this is tough for me. I've grown to appreciate it. However, I'm still on the like, meh. I'm gonna go with 2.5 Who's. Yeah,
they were gonna go higher.
No. It's
okay.
It's middle of the road for me. It's not the greatest holiday film. It's a good performance by Jim Carrey. It's good set design. Obviously, Ron Howard knows how to make a movie, and it's got some good character actors. But the rest of it, it just doesn't do it for me.
Okay, 2.5 Who's. All right, I'm just gonna go half a step lower and just gonna go with two Who's for me. Again, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's great when he's on screen. It's too much. There's so much filler in this that it just takes away from the heart of the movie. Personally, for me, just all the singing and dancing and everybody yelling. It's just, I did not get the holiday spirit. I don't want to watch this again. And sorry, no holiday Christmas cheer for me. I'm with the Grinch on this. I wish all the Who's actually lost all their Christmas. And I'm gonna go with, again, it's like 2 Who's. 2 Who's for me.
Yeah, this movie would have been a lot better if the Grinch would have just actually ruined Christmas and left it that way.
I completely agree. I feel like these Who's deserve to get their Christmas taken away.
Valid, especially the mayor and some of the characters. I mean, let's be real. They're the bad guys in this, and the Grinch is the good guy. So
yeah, that's how I saw it. Whatever. All right, we're done.
All right, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Once again, I've been your host, Gagne. With me, my partner, Naldo.
Have a good one, everybody. I can't recommend this. I don't know if you could recommend it, but I don't recommend it. Sorry.
I will recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it. It should not be a staple in your holiday rotation. So that's what I'm going to say.
Whatever.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Have a good one, everyone.